when I was first elected as a city commissioner, I was 29 going on 30. Actually, I think I was 30 by the November election. And when I was first elected, I joined the city commission and I was the only female. So it was myself and 6 men, and I was the youngest by far. And it was a challenge. My first year as a city commissioner was extremely challenging. Things that were said to me, ways people talked to me, patronizing comments that were made, inappropriate comments that were made. And I can tell you 2 things. One, I'm glad I grew up with 6 brothers. So that helped me a lot. But secondly, I had to figure out a way that was consistent with who I am as a person, true to myself, which I always tell people, just be true to yourself and you will be fine. And I had to figure out a way to confront people in a respectful way where I felt like it didn't damage our relationship. Because these are people I had to work with. And I knew as a commissioner, I wasn't going to get anything done being a voice of one or a vote of one. So it took me some time. And I ended up figuring out a way to confront things and address things. And sometimes I was so surprised, I was just taken off guard. And I had to loop back over to meet with somebody just to respond. Because sometimes I didn't have a response. I had to think about it. But I got to the point where I was able to say, I often said, sir, if I'll be here to listen to you when you can speak to me respectfully. And so you got to think about an appropriate response, a response that you're comfortable with. And then sometimes you got to pick your battles. And even as mayor, sometimes I feel like I'm not taken seriously. Very often, I would say more so my first couple months in office than now. I'm just coming up to my 1 year. But early in my service as mayor, very often I thought to myself, you would have never said that to George Hartwell. Ever, ever, ever. You would have never talked to him this way. You would have never said that to him. You would never treat me the way that you just treated me if I was Mayor Hartwell. And a couple times I said to someone, here's a little filter I want you to start to use. Before something comes out of your mouth, I want you to think to yourself, would I have said this to Mayor Hartwell? And if the answer is no, don't say it to me.